Hi guys, John, Common Sense Outdoors. So I'm trying out a new contraption. I just made a contraption to hold my camera on the brim of my hat. So hopefully this works and you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to talk to you about making and loading a net needle and making the mesh gauge. I carved these out of a softwood. I think it was fir with my Mora. If you use a hardwood, here's another set that I made. This one actually split out. Let me drop it. Okay, this one actually split out on the end, and I just wrapped some masking tape, and I haven't even tried using it yet. But if you want to try to make them, hardwood would hold up and last, be more durable. The softwood, I've already made 6 nets with this one. And it's easier to carve. But if you're thinking long term, go with a hardwood, or if you have like a Teflon cutting board laying around that you don't need, this would be perfect thickness. If you cut it out with a jigsaw and used a drill and made it out of this, it would last forever. So there's another idea for you if you want to go that route. The first thing you need to decide is how big of a mesh you want. You see I have this marked 1 inch. It's 1 inch wide, so I'm going to end up with a 1 inch mesh. This is a 1.5. You need to decide what size mesh you want to go with, what you're using it for. I like the 1 inch mesh. It's more multi-purpose, I guess, for fish or small birds or something like that, for a survival net situation. This is a little over 8 inches long, 8 1/4. You can the thing about deciding what size mesh you want to go with first is you make this. That is almost 4.5 inches long, curved on this end, so that when you hold it in your hand, it's comfortable. The reason you need to decide the size of mesh you're going to go with first is your needle has to be a hair narrower than the size of your mesh. So you don't know how wide to carve your needle until you know your mesh size. And with a 1 inch mesh, you're actually going to end up with larger than a 1 inch hole. What a 1 inch mesh means is you're going to have 1 inch each way. So diagonally, you actually have 1.5 inches. So if you're going to make this for a situation where maybe you want to be able to dip small fish out of a creek or something, I wouldn't go any bigger than that. The next thing is loading the needle. So I have a 120-pound tarred bank line with a loop in the end. You just take that loop, put it over that needle, and wrap it around the back. Every time you come around the bottom, flip the needle over. Usually if you pull up further than the top of the needle and you just push it through and pull it down, flip, push it through, pull it down, flip. Okay, so once you get used to it, you just go to town, wrap all your cordage on there. You figure out, oops, I put a knot in my line. figure out about what size of net you're going to go with to know how much cordage you need on it. The one I was just showing you, the size of the mesh is 14 meshes by 17 meshes, and later in the next couple videos I'm going to show you a whole bunch of uses in a survival situation for that size net. And that size net takes 32 feet of this 120-pound bank line. The place I bought my bank line from, it works out to about a penny a foot. So for basically 32, maybe 35 cents, I can make this rectangular 14 mesh by 17 mesh net that would come in very handy. Okay, so there's all the line on the needle, and from here you're ready to start making your net. I'm gonna have to do a couple parts on this, so I'm gonna stop here. I've showed you the mesh gauge and the needle and how to load it on there, and in the next video we will start making the net. Hope you like it. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the next video. Thanks for watching.